Millennials, born between 1981 and 1999, number over 80 million and are the largest generation in 100 years, accounting for roughly one-fourth of the total voters today, a larger voting bloc than senior citizens. They're predicted to make up as much as 40% of the electorate by 2020. Their size and scope as a generation cannot be ignored. What will this mean for our country? The fact is, the Democratic Party has been much more effective at messaging, marketing, and reaching the younger electorate in America than conservatives have been, so much so that millennials are, on average, considerably more supportive of the radical progressive agenda than they are of conservatism. But why? Does this really make sense? Are millennials and other generations of Americans supporting progressives against their own best self-interests? And are they aware of the consequences of their choices? Judging by the state of our country under President Obama, millennials are beginning their lives in worse positions than any generation since the Great Depression. According to a Pew Research report, they are the first in the modern era to have higher levels of poverty and unemployment and lower levels of wealth and income than their two preceding generations had at the same stage of their lives. Student debt has doubled since Obama took office to $1.2 trillion. And more than half believe that they will receive no Social Security benefits at all in the future. While some of the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and the American economy is diminishing for the next generation. The Constitution, which has guided and secured our nation's economy and personal civil liberties for over 200 years, is being challenged and attacked by Washington progressives. Wages are shrinking, and the job market is becoming tighter for the younger generation, while Islamic terrorism is exploding and international threats from hostile countries are growing. Young people in America today know that something is wrong, but they haven't quite figured out what it is or how to fix it. Millennials' top concerns, from income inequality, jobs and the national debt, to college tuition costs, the environment, and global instabilities, show this younger generation is rightly concerned about their future. The older ruling generation of Americans is leaving them a country of debt, deficits, and unsustainable entitlements. Their future opportunity and prosperity is being crushed by the progressive government that they think is there to serve them. While Democrats have promoted the notion that they have the right answers for these challenges, there's a very important fact many millennials are missing. Most of these crises have been either directly caused by or exacerbated by the very ideals that have been put in place by liberal Democrats for decades. Progressive policies in government are working directly against their best interests, with an ever-growing and powerful centralized government stealing young people's futures, diminishing their freedoms and opportunities, and burdening them with exploding debts and deficits that will be insurmountable in the future. Millennials are far better off supporting and embracing conservative values, policies, and principles that will provide economic opportunity and protect their personal freedoms, liberties, and security, rather than the destructive liberal agenda that is working so hard against them. The conservative movement in America needs to find a way to change course to attract, inspire, and engage this generation to preserve the future promise of our country.